were just saying thank you to our sponsors, and we're going to say that again. But right now, we want to share an amazing video with all of you, those of you online, where you can truly hear about the amazing work that we do here from our staff and our alums. Take it away, Hope.
Okay, so my recipe for resilience, I found that through gardening. Gardening is therapy for me. It's therapeutic. And this past year has been, challenging for everybody. So for me, just to get through these hard times, I found myself just getting lost in the garden, and that's just therapy for me.
What kept me resilient is being able to still work through it all, like not just in the house, like just relaxing, like me being able to still get up and do my daily routine, which is come to the farm, grow plants, maintain plants. That's been what's been helping me get through the year. And growing home, being able to keep the farm open and not just shutting down the farm due to COVID, especially when it's a crisis with food as well. We was able to still get food into the community and focus on the seniors, so drop food off to them. That's been what's keeping me going.
Me pushing through, helping out with the food donations, constantly in communications with residents in the community. That was really my recipe to keep myself going and motivated, because I was down, because I was working from home. So just keeping those open relationships and knowing that I'm still providing a need, whether it's in person or not. So that was my recipe.
So my recipe for resilience, I've written it down, and the main ingredient is courage, with 2 parts of patience and flexibility, a heaping portion of listening, and a dash of trust. Growing Home's mission has allowed me to educate, walk the talk, set long and short-term goals, and supported me through every step of the way.
Okay, actually, when I came home after my reentry, things were going slow. I had background checks, and I was getting denied for jobs, and we're living in a pandemic, and there's a lot going on. So I was a little bit dejected, Once I joined Growing Home, things started to change for me. My attitude changed. Not that I had a bad one, but it changed more positively. So they've taught me the resiliency is that I like to get up and go to work. I want to be a part of this. I want to make a change here. I want to make a difference. So it's tapping into my personal agency, showing me what there is out there, showing me what I can do, and giving me the confidence to do so.
Okay, before I came to Growing Home, I was incarcerated for 15 years. So me coming out, I was in denial, thinking that I was going to be able to get a job. I thought the programs that they had for guys who was incarcerated didn't work. When I came, it was a different atmosphere for me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about computers or none of that. Growing Home has taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? How to communicate with people, how to adjust to just being out here in the world of working. You know what I'm saying? Being on time for jobs, being here to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused on what you're doing and you succeed. they have helped me so much. You know what I'm saying? Growing home has been a big part in my life since I've been home. And I appreciate it, and I thank them for it all the time. My advice is to stay focused. Don't let no one, I know life might be hard, but you have to keep going, you know what I'm saying? Don't give up, you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you're doing. If you have a job, attend your job, do your job safely, and go home to your family. You know what I'm saying? That's my path every day. Going to work, do my job, do it safely, and so I can return to my family.
Thank you to the staff. So for those of you online who missed it, a little housekeeping. And I did get my shot. I'm repeating that again. Just easier to speak this way. If you want to participate online, go to our website at growinghomeinc.org/recipe. Please sign up so you could bid on the silent auction items. Later on, we're going to have a paddle raise. We want you guys to join us. You can donate using Venmo at Growing Home Inc. Put annual benefit, an email, a name, something so we could send you a nice little thank you if you use Venmo. If you rather pay by check, we ask you to contact Miss Amelia at 847-453-4575. Yes, we still take checks and mail. We know it's going to take about a month to get here, but we're patient. Thank you guys for being here with us online. So for the next part of the program, you guys saw an amazing video. But since we're virtual and in person, we felt it was important for you to hear from some of our alums. So today I have two special guests. One of them you've seen on the video. We have Steph, who's one of our recent graduates, and we have Ricky, who was our graduate from 2016. We felt it was so important to bring those two together. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for showing up, because I know, Ricky, you had to make some quick changes to the schedule. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all, just inviting me again. You know what I'm saying? I did one before, and the last one was kind of successful. I enjoyed it. Just being around Bimbo. I mean, I'm saying Bimbo, but growing home has helped me so much. Y'all have improved my life so much, and I have to thank you guys.
Well, that's a great way to start. So, Ricky, it's since 2016 you graduated. Are you at the same job that you started?
Same job at Bimbo Bakery.
So I heard some good news. You moved up a little bit there?
Yeah, advancement. I moved from sanitary to shipping, receiving, forklift driver to train. I'm a training for boom lift, scissor lift, everything. I've been doing it all. I'm just trying to succeed in what I'm doing. That's all.
Thank you. What an amazing story. You want to say a shout out to your wife that's here? Because not only has Growing Home been at your back, but there's been an amazing person here too.
We just got married.
Congratulations. Woo!
We've been married a year, so she's been my backbone. She's been my inspiration. I've been going through this for a while, and I have to thank her so much.
I cannot let that miss, The wife is here. I got to give a shout out. So now I'm going to introduce you guys to Steph. You want to say something about yourself, Steph, and how you got to Growing Home?
So I learned Growing Home. I learned about Growing Home, honestly, just driving by. I live close by. Never really realized what great of a farm we had literally in my backyard. I started as a volunteer. Then I found out about the program and joined the program. Graduated December of 2020. And I'm still coming back to volunteer. I love this place. So hopefully I get to see you more now that COVID is ending. So yeah.
So Steph, we didn't get to meet in person. This is our first time meeting in person. So just a little bit about how our program managed during the winter. You want to share that, the virtual and the in-person?
So it was a hybrid. So yes, it was virtual classroom settings versus in-person, which is probably what you had. We did have farm days, but it was not every day. I believe it was like twice a week. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, we did not make it to the farmer's market. So it taught me a lot. Patience, number one, because I am so hands-on. I was so excited to be here with, on a daily. But overall, it was great. My team was phenomenal. I actually saw a few people around that I remember. So
that's
good time.
amazing. So were you one of the ones who received a laptop and hotspots?
Yes. No. I was in the group, but I was fortunate enough to have my own laptop.
So one of the
yes.
things we did for those who did not have access to technology or the internet, we were able to, through our board and fundraising, provide them with laptops and hotspots to do the program virtually. So thank you to our board and our other supporters who made that happen. So Steph, we have two main programs we do in the classroom. So I'm going to let you talk about Roots for Success. Can you share a little bit about our Roots for Success program?
So the Roots for Success, it's the one that pretty much goes over everything that consists of like agriculture and sustainability, all of that. Roots of Success also, this is different than the tips.
Yeah.
Roots of Success is pretty much a classroom setting where you get a certificate in agriculture. So it's really pretty much a classroom setting to kind of prep you for when you are here.
Yeah.
And not even back at home. I mean, I've learned small things to even improve like my plants at home, let alone actual veggies. So yes.
So a little bit, Roots for Success is our new curriculum we started last year. And that was our way of trying to bridge the classroom with the farm experience. And so they do a lot of environmental science, clean energy. And also, we all know, well, I know, there'll be a whole new industry on renewable energy and being smart with the environment. And so preparing our production assistants for that new industry, we think at Growing Home was very important. And because of what we do, why not here? So another part of our curriculum that we've had for many, many years is our TIP program. And Ricky, you want to talk a little bit about TIP?
I don't understand.
So we have a TIP program, Transforming Impossible to Possible. And it was developed by a Loyola professor, Professor Han. I call it group therapy, kind of. Yeah. Our staff went through it. My whole team went through it. We had 2 intense days, 6 hours each. And it's really about discovering what got you in the place you were in the first place. And what do you need to take you to the next level? And how do you take the negative, right?
Well, I could say for certain that I have took the negative part of my life and turned to a positive. Growing Home has done that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Being in that program, being hands-on with the program, learning so much about myself and other people, because I was always in the back, laid back, didn't want to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
But they brought me out my shell. I was learning to communicate with everybody, do the right thing with my life, be here, that being PA of the week for the first week that we had class, it helped me develop a good personality out of myself. You know what I'm saying? Y'all program is so, it means so much to me. And I'd be trying to help other guys get in the program. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, all you gotta do is give it the chance. You know what I'm saying? It's not like every other program that you've probably been in. So.
Mm-hmm. And Ricky brought up a good point. So you guys might be asking, how do we reach out to people in our program? So we partner with other organizations, but a lot of them are referrals. So other grads will introduce people they know in the community, in their home, to the program. And we have an interview process that we go through, and we pick the 20 a cohort. You might say, why 20? We're limited by our classroom size upstairs, which could only hold 20 people at a time. So last year we did 3 cohorts. This year we're doing 4. We decided to do a winter cohort that started in January. You're like, what do you do in January? Our goal is to grow year round. The hoop house behind me is now being outfitted to be heated during the winter, so we could continue to grow and do a longer season extension. Yeah, they didn't have that before. He's like, we didn't have that.
We was out here in the summer.
Yeah.
Beaming hot. trying to get it out here. You know what I'm saying? Doing what we had to do, doing the farming, going to the farm place to sell the vegetables to the people. We was in it. You know, we was out here working hard. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it paid off. You know what I'm saying? Because really, this is just a short story. During the program, I was the last one to get hired, to get a job. And immediately I got defensive. I was like, this program, like all the rest of them, we walked. But Jamie and Quan and them like, Ricky, just have faith. And I was like, man, I ain't trying to hit this. I'm ready to go. You know, I'm like, I'm about to head back to the street. You know what I'm saying? And I looked on the email, and it was a Arista asking me to come in for an interview. Went there, talked to him. They said, oh, you got a little experience in forklift driving? I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, we're gonna hire you. I've been there ever since. And I ain't going nowhere. You know, I got 3 more years before I retire. They're gonna have to pick me out. I ain't going nowhere. You know, it's been a pleasure, a real pleasure. Now I have to thank you because without y'all, I mean, growing up, when is this?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Any last words from you, Steph, that you'd like to share?
Just to actually piggyback off the tips, I think for me personally, I know a few of my classmates would say the same. It was very beneficial, especially because of the pandemic. Like you said earlier, it was somewhat of group therapy, so it allowed us to vent and kind of process everything that's going on, especially during the pandemic. So it was a mental health check that was very, very much appreciated during that time. So as he stated, growing home means a lot to me as well. And I think this is just great. So thank you all for the sponsorship and partnerships, because it really helps out the community, direct community.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for being my guest. So now that you've heard the wonderful news, you guys know what's next, right? Fundraising time. So we have a wonderful paddle raise coming up. For those of you who are here, we got these little fancy things that you can lift. When I say an amount and you want to donate on that amount, don't they get creative here? Look at this. For those of you at home, you just donate. Your name will scream somewhere at the bottom in the virtual world for us to say thank you. With that being said, there's a little video to sort of give you a little training on how the next step goes. And with that being said, Hope, take it away. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little pre-tutorial about a paddle race. As I mentioned, those of you in person, you have your little paddles here. When I get to an amount that you'd like to support us, just raise your paddle and someone will come and get your information. For those of you online, just press click or call. And so the first thing on our paddle raise It's 12,519. You're like, why that number? Did I tell you our job training program is paid? So we pay our trainees for the full 14 weeks. They get paid for about $15 an hour. During COVID-19, when we reduced the hours, we increased the amount of pay that they got that hour. Because our goal is, we understand that people have other priorities in life. And for them to get here, they need to not have to worry about how they're going to get here with transportation and things like that. We also provide them bus fare if that's what their needs are. We have wraparound service that would address any housing needs that they may have, any health needs they may have. Our case manager works with them while they're here and after they graduate. Now, you guys heard about Ricky. When people say job training, you guys think about the day off. What's key to this program is job placement. So what we do is to make sure that everyone finds a job before they graduate. That's always our goal. If not, we continue to look until you find something. Ricky said he was the last one on the list. But look, you probably got the better one, right? Who knows? So that's seriously, our employer partners are amazing. They know the people we serve. They trust our program. Another thing we do, we provide legal assistance. We know backgrounds are going to follow people, but our relationship with the courts, we go before the judge and we vouch for you once you've reached that certain process for expungement, and we get 100% expungement for those who qualify. Okay. And we work really, really hard on that. So this 12,519 is just for one production assistant to go through our full program. So I'm asking you tonight, if you're serious about making a difference in someone's life, we give food and things like that, but true independence is to get somebody the skills they need so they can get a job. So tonight I'm asking you, who's going to give me 12,519? Those of you who are here, you can't see the screen. I'm also reading off the ones giving the donation. They're looking like, who's saying that? I have Josh Kirschbaum here, Thomas Aries, and then we have our Steve Stanley, our board member, who has generously donated 12,519. Thank you, Steve. There goes Marnie Zimmer in the audience here, 12. And Matt, Matt, stop it, turn around. Okay. I should have never said anything, right? 12,519. Thank you guys so very much. Do we have anyone else here? Again, a paid job training program. Without this program, there are a lot of other job training programs out there, and I could be a little biased, okay? But I think this is the best, okay? With our classroom, our wraparound, our farm, what a combination. You can make this possible for another person in this community. If you're truly interested in making a difference, you got to put your money where your mouth is. And for those of you who own companies, we're looking for employer partners too. Okay, it's not just enough to donate. It's to really become a partner. So next we have 8,420 farm operations equipment. You know this is a farm, right? We don't even have a bobcat. So we have 2 different farm sites, and our staff literally take wheelbarrows and move dirt from one end to the next. We could produce more food with better equipment and more efficient equipment. If you want to get us a bobcat tonight and more equipment, $8,420. Farming is not cheap, but it's not about the money. It's about providing food to our community, to provide a service that many of them are outpriced on. When was the last time you've been to the grocery store and tried to buy just vegetables, much less USDA certified organic? Thanks to this farm and keeping this farm running, we're able to do that. So we're asking you tonight to donate. I see Emmy and Steve here. $8,420. And for those of you who are virtual, you can see the name scrolling on the screen. We're going to pretend we can see it too. Thank you and keep giving. And I'm going to give, then I have somebody behind the scenes who's trying to type at the same time. So we're going to make this work. Okay, guys? Thank you. Tech needs for our PAs. Who would have thought? Tech needs are always important. But COVID-19 has taught us how important it is. As I mentioned before, we were providing all of our peers who have limited access to the technology, tablets, and hotspots. I'll tell you the truth, not all of them come back. So you got to have a constant supply of them going out. So for $5,000, we could keep stock with laptops and hotspots and be able to provide anyone who walks through this program access to that. Judy Aronson, thank you so very much. We can get some laptops to people. People talk about technology barrier because we're all used to just pulling out our cell phones. That's not for everyone. Everyone don't have that same access. Okay. My goal next year, and I'm telling you about the future here, if we can get our own hotspot where people can come in and get the internet they need, that's my goal one day. But until then, we need to provide people access, remove barriers. You know what barriers are? Can you believe access to the internet is still a barrier? I think it should be free, but that's just my thing. Mine is similar. I always put my plug in. So $5,000 will allow us to stockpile some tablets and laptops. Remember, we do 20 a cohort, 4 cohorts. We may not get a lot of those back or they come damaged, you know. And we're not going with the $1,000. Trust me, we're good stewards of your resources. We'll make sure they have something that works, but we'll also be very responsible about it. Okay, so $5,000, help us provide that technology. Now we have transportation. So though we pay them, you guys know what your first week is like when you get a job, right? You got 2 weeks of no money. Okay. Sometimes 3, right? You still need to get there. You still need a little boots or your first uniform. $2,400 would allow us to provide transportation to 20 or more PAs a year, okay? And also, we'll dip into that when somebody needs the little shoes, the uniforms. You know, my staff calls me, they're like, well, Janelle, can we just pay for the shoes? And I said, well, if you pay for this one, you got to pay for all of them. I'm like, that's why you're the fundraiser. So yes, so any barriers. We don't want people to not show up for work because they don't have transportation. So Dan Kaplan, Lynn Sheck, Melissa Seller, thank you so very much. Let's keep removing some barriers here. Okay, internet, not a problem. No laptop, not a problem. No money for transportation, not a problem. Pascal went back up. She's at the 10,000 farm operation, Pascal. You can still go back up, even though I'm going down. Keep going. Don't stop. Okay, thank you, Pascal. Now, who has checked out our Instagram? Now, we started our Growing Home Kitchen, and you guys should check it out. LaQuandra Fair, raise your hand over there. LaQuandra does our cooking demos online. For $850, you could sponsor our new Growing Home Kitchen. And that's where we do cooking demos. So what LaQuandra does is cook culturally competent food for our community and make it taste good, okay? She's converted me on a few things, okay? What's that sandwich, LaQuandra? Radish sandwich. You see my face still goes up when I say it, right? I'm trying to be smarty about it. You still go, When she told me about the radish sandwich, I said, I don't think so. 850. We have, another 850, another hand sponsor. Oh, there you go. Look at the project. Do the cooking. Those of you online, you're missing out a little bit here. We're having fun here. Stu and Foster and Kevin, $1,000. Thank you. Sponsor that kitchen. You taste that radish sandwich, guys, with organic spread. It's good. Even my daughter, who's 8, loved it. I'm just telling you. And you know, they don't like anything. Finally, our Inglewood CSA. We've always done CSAs. To be honest, the people who usually purchase it are the people on the north side. It is $600. And we do appreciate those CSA support. You know why? Like any other farm, there are times when you're not growing and the farm still needs to operate. CSA is money that people pay up front before they even see what the vegetables look like. And they literally get a mystery box because it's usually whatever the farm is producing. So there are people who are just interested in food, and these are just people who are interested in good urban ag. And so they purchase our CSAs. But we decided that our Inglewood community should have access to CSAs too, where we deliver it to their home or they come and pick it up. So for a full share, you could sponsor a CSA for a family of 4 to 6 people for $600. And they get that for up to 16 boxes, 16 weeks to get a weekly box for 16 weeks. So for $600, you could sponsor a family. I need to keep looking at my screen, right, Megan? Okay. So we have Barbara Wallace, thank you. Jeffrey Bartow, Steve Stanley, and Emmy Stanley again. And now if I miss you online, I apologize, but all your peers can see you scrolling at the bottom. I apologize, you know. Next, for $300, you could sponsor a half share, which means they get it every other week. Okay. And we're always very intentional about our CSAs. We make sure that people aren't getting the same thing. We try our best that they're not getting the same thing. LaQuandra works to make sure that we create a box where somebody can actually create a meal out of it. So we try to be very intentional. We also put cooking recipe cards in there, the link to the cooking demo, and really urge people. When the farm opens up, we do cooking demonstration on site so people can taste what we're talking about, like we're not just fluffing. And LaQuandra loves garlic. I don't know. Every time the recipe says 2 garlic, she's like, and you're going to add 6 garlics. And the crushed red pepper to everything. More garlic and crushed red pepper. I said, okay, LaQuandra. Yeah, the recipe said 2, but you know what? Add 6 to that. Yeah, loves garlic. And I hear garlic is good for you. So when you try her recipe, your doctors will be very happy. Okay, so thank you guys so very much. Let's see who. Christine and Brad Wynn, Cooper for Stephen Gates at Accenture. Thank you so very much. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now, not really the final, our learning garden supplies. Now, last year was tough for us. We couldn't host our kids. Oh, we back this year. Okay. We back. The learning garden is up and running. Of course, smaller class size. We got a social distance. You know what I like about the learning garden? I'm going to use the carrot as an example. We had some kids get off the bus. You see the carrot, before you see the carrot, all you see is the leaves. You can't even tell what it is. And you know, people steam the leaves. LaQuandra taught me that. I think you could cook anything now, right, LaQuandra? Anything that's green, LaQuandra said you cook the leaves. But when the kids pull that carrot out, they're so amazed. They see carrots every day, but it's really strange when you pick it from the ground and pull it up. And their faces are like, oh my gosh, it really comes from somewhere other than a grocery store? And when they go around picking the tomatoes and they taste it, we do about 30 different variety of tomatoes here. I did not even know that existed. I'm used to one tomato. They have purple, red, and they pop them in your mouth. We enjoy. So thanks to $175, we can keep our learning garden going. Everybody gets grow bags and things like that. We're going to have grow kits for our kids to take home and practice with their parents. You know what we believe? Kids are a great influencer. When they say, Mommy, I'm veggie today, I'm vegetarian, ain't nothing you could do about that. I have a kid. She's always something new. She's only 8, but she goes through her phases. You got to go with the flow. One thing about kids, they can transform how a family eats. Once you teach them something, they're on. They ain't touching that meat after that. But I said, girl, you better push the meat to the side. Thank you again. And so finally, seeds and meals. You want one of those? There you go, Stu. Yes, Stu. Yes, third for the kids. Who else want to support our kids? We want to give them little bags. They get LaQuandra, I keep calling her name. I just love her. She interacts with our kids. She makes them take home these little things with their seeds to see grow. My daughter had one. I had to protect it with my life because, if it dies, you're in trouble. So I had to protect that thing. I'm telling you, she gives us a lot of responsibility with those little seedlings. If you don't see something popping out, I'm like, girl, don't water it anymore. Don't water it anymore. But thank you, LaQuandra. We had to switch it out. So for $50, seeds and meals, we donate seeds to our community partners. We donate seeds to our families. One of the things that we didn't talk about, our big initiative is to partner with our neighbors to have their own garden in their backyard. And talking about that, on one of the silent auction items, that private garden could be for you too. So check out our silent auction. They do an amazing job online. There are videos of them doing another donor's garden. Everybody wants to know, how do I start? Easy, call us. Bid on one of those silent auction items and we'll get you started. Easy. If not, get a nice bin, put some dirt in. Do not grow directly into the soil unless you test it. This is Chicago. $50. He started his garden. 50. He gonna get some seeds. We started. You see, we're having some budding farmers out here. Come on. Thank you all for participating in this amazing paddle race. If I didn't say your name, I apologize. I'm having way too much fun. And so we on the farm, we're gonna continue to eat, but I think can we give them a little round tour to see those of us in the room? Yo, we on camera, come on. I need to share the spotlight. Let's see, say hi everyone, let's hear in person. Thank you guys. And so next, we're gonna share an amazing cooking demo by our caterer and LaQuandra for you guys to enjoy while you continue to bid on silent auction. Silent auction doesn't close until 8:30. You want a garden? Check out our silent auction. The team really worked hard to get these items because this is Corona time. Nobody's giving anything. Thanks to our donors who donated to the silent auction. Keep bidding and thank you. I will see you later after I check who.
Hi everyone, I'm Zachary. I'm a Farm and Program Associate here at Growing Home, and we're going to do a quick little demo of harvesting arugula. So when you spot your site where you're going to harvest your arugula, just think about it in a grid situation and only harvest within that sector. So you'll get over your spot. This is where I've chosen. You're going to want to pretty much collar up whatever's comfortable for your hand as far as leaves. You're going to make sure you're looking where you're cutting so you don't cut yourself, and just come across. You're going to want this size leaves, just like fork size leaves. Toss them right here into this bucket. The way we wash here is we've got our bags here. We'll go ahead and dunk them in water, and then we're going to put it into a salad spinner that'll extract the water. And then from there, we'll package and wrap the arugula. So we'll just do it one more time. We'll just collar it up. Watch where you're cutting, come through, and yeah, arugula.
Hi, I'm Ezra. I'm the Farm and Program Coordinator here at Growing Home, and we're going to harvest some mint. So for mint, we're just going to chop right about halfway up the plant, strip these bottom couple leaves, and that way when someone takes it home, they can make sure that they can keep it nice and fresh in a glass of water or something. So it takes a little bit of time to get your herbs going. They're a little harder to organize than some other plants. But in the end, we'll end up with a nice little bunch of mint. Now mint, if you're not careful with it, will become a big old weed, a big old pest in your garden. So we try to keep ours well trimmed, well maintained, and that way we can harvest plenty of mint throughout the whole season. And here we go, we have our mint. We're gonna pass it off to Danielle.
Thanks Growing Home Farm Team for the organic mint. I'm Danielle with Maison Cuisine, and I have Dylan Graham, our executive chef. Today we're gonna make a really fun appetizer that can also be used as a salad, and it's great for summer. We have some organic arugula from the farm. We also have some organic mint, some olive oil, a balsamic glaze, some watermelon, salt and pepper, and a little bit of sheep's milk feta. So Dylan's gonna make this appetizer for us on a little porcelain spoon. And like I said, this can also be turned into a salad. Mint is a great herb to use for a lot of savory dishes, which people don't realize. The nice thing about mint, if you grow it, it will come back every year in your yard, and it comes back with a vengeance, which is great. So we are able to make a lot of sauces and things like that out of mint. This is a really simple appetizer, but it's a great dish. Just a cube of watermelon, some sheep's milk feta, and some fresh garden-grown mint with a balsamic glaze. This can also be a great salad. So Chef Dylan is tossing some arugula with champagne vinaigrette, a little bit of salt and pepper. That would be the bed of the salad. Some cubed watermelon on top. There's a great vegan feta as well, so this dish can be totally vegan and gluten-free. Here we have your arugula salad with watermelon and feta. Enjoy. Please check out our website at masoncuisine.com. We'd love to cater your next event.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking in the Kitchen with LaQuandra and Growing Home. So today we will be making whole wheat pasta with arugula straight from our farm. So I already have my water boiling, so let's get started. First, I'm going to add our pasta to our boiling salted water. This is probably half of the box. Let's see how it goes. So we have allowed our pasta to cook to our desired tenderness. Now it's time to get the ball rolling with sauteing these peppers and adding in our fresh garlic. We're also going to add some of our arugula on top of our peppers so that it can wilt really quickly. And then we're going to add it all to our one bowl and get ready to toss it and serve. This is such a quick, simple but healthy meal using the whole wheat pasta and mainly fresh ingredients. And of course, this arugula came from our farm at Growing Home. Thanks, Fred and the farm team.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Woo! To our chef. I want to say another special thank you. You guys know why, right? Want to say a special thank you to our sponsors again. William Blair for being our presenting sponsor. Woo! BMO Harris, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Amazon, PNC Bank, Joseph and Bessie Feinberg Foundation, Slow Fig, Left Communication, Dot Foods, All Star Trading, Accenture, Deloitte, KSMB, YPO, Merrill Lynch, and now for one of our very own, Elroy and Friedman. I got it right. Thank you guys for your support. We couldn't have done it without you. And many of you are not first-time supporters. So thank you for your continued support. I also want to say another shout out to our staff team, those of you who are online and missed it, for our farm team. It's been led by our farm manager, Fred. We have Ezra, Steve, Zachary, Anna, Sonia. Thank you. They make this farm work, okay? Not only are they farming, but they're teaching while they're farming. So thank you. Then we have our employment training classroom team, Zenobia, Shanika, Amelia, Ursula, Jackie, thank you. Then we have our development team. Those of you who are donors, this name will be very familiar to you. Marlene, Shani, Devin, Megan, LaQuandra, Hope. And we have our secondary, I know, right? Admin team. We have Gina and Audia, who are consultants, both HR and finance. Because you know, I'm not responsible for finance. Okay. And we have our alumni. So as I said, one of our programs include alumni who show an interest in agriculture. We keep them on staff for a little bit longer and they're paid. They have an extension or internship. And so we have Paula, Fred, Eric, and Michael. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So with that being said, I want to introduce you to someone who is very dear to me and very dear to the organization to do the final closing. Stu Weiss, who's our board member. But he's not any board member. You see his boots? Y'all can't see the boots, but he came prepared to farm. He comes down here, he gets down and dirty in the dirt. And he does his own garden at home too. In addition, he's unabashedly bring people down here to get dirty. Okay, he's a great representative of Growing Home. He sells the mission because he believes in it. And I just want him to share his experience with Growing Home and for him to close us out tonight. Thank you, Stu.
The problem with Growing Home is that there's too much to say. There's too many things when you look at the vegetables, when you look at people like Ricky, when you look at the stories, when you look at the integration with the community, what LaQuandra does every day. When you look at all those things, you run out of breath before you finish the story. But the story that I want to talk about today is one about connection. Connection in a time of separation. This past, now 14 months, has been a time of separation where every communication has been interrupted or mediated, where we've been separated, whether it's a plexiglass shield from the person who gives you your coffee or the screen that you're trying to learn through or teach from, or even just talk to the people you love. And during that time, when this happened, I was worried. I was worried that an organization that was so much about being together, being connected, and working together, and getting people who had felt disconnected from society, returning citizens coming back from stints in the penitentiary, people who had had housing insecurity, that they would be further disconnected. I shouldn't have been worried, because Janelle and her team have built an organization that throughout one of the biggest disruptions in any of our lives managed to anchor this program, the people who benefit from it, the community, and hold it together on this common ground. Common ground, I kept thinking about that. It's such a trite term. The reason that I come down here, the reason that I love to bring people down here, and if you're a supporter of Growing Home, I encourage you to grab anybody, say, put on some shoes you don't mind getting dirty, come down here, come down to this common ground, stand with the people who benefit from this community, from this organization. Sweat with them, pull weeds with them. Actually, they're going to give you the worst job, so you're going to be pulling the weeds while they're actually harvesting. It's character building. But to understand in a time when we've been so separated, and it is so easy for us to separate ourselves from what's going on, from the problems in our city, from the problems in our country, to come down here and actually connect, to stand on the same ground, to pull sustenance from the same ground, and to grow together. And all that comes from your support, from the people who are supported by the support, from the team that makes it happen. Thank you so much for everything that you guys have done. Thank you for caring. And now I've run out of breath.
You see? Good job. Thank you. Thank you.
We both vaccinated. So.
We did our check. So again, thank you, and enjoy your food if you're here. Enjoy your food at home. And we look forward to you volunteering and stepping by if you're virtual. Thank you, guys.